Feels like a river flowing through my veins. I'm the architect of dreams built on broken chains. Every tear's a story, every sigh a fight. In this canvas of emotions, I'm searching for the light.
Hi there. Welcome to Next Stop News. I'm Michael Morales, and I'm here to give you today's MTA New York City subway line status for Wednesday, July 31st, 2025. Let's get right into the service changes affecting some lines.
For the 4 train in Manhattan, downtown local service runs express from Grand Central 42nd Street to Brooklyn Bridge City Hall from 12:45 a.m. to 5 a.m. Tuesday to Friday, July 29th to August 1st. Trains will stop at 14th Street, Union Square. For service to 33rd Street, 28th Street, 23rd Street, Astor Place, Bleecker Street, Spring Street, and Canal Street, take the 4 to 14th Street, Union Square, or Brooklyn Bridge City Hall and transfer to an Uptown 4 local or 6. For service from these stations, take the 4 or 6 to Grand Central 42nd Street or 14th Street, Union Square, and transfer to a Downtown 4. For travel from Canal Street, take the 6 to Chambers Street, Brooklyn Bridge City Hall, and transfer to the 4. This service change is due to track replacement. This change also affects one or more ADA accessible stations, and travel alternatives may not be fully accessible. Please contact 511 to plan your trip. In Brooklyn, New Lots Avenue bound 4 trains run express from Atlantic Avenue Barclay Center to Crown Heights Utica Avenue from 10:45 p.m. to 5 a.m., Monday to Friday, July 28th to August 1st. Trains will stop at Franklin Avenue. For service to Bergen Street, Grand Army Plaza, and Eastern Parkway, take the 2 instead and transfer at Atlantic Avenue Barclay Center or Franklin Avenue. For service to Nostrand Avenue and Kingston Avenue, take the 4 to Crown Heights Utica Avenue and transfer to a Manhattan-bound 4. For service from these stations, take the 4 to Franklin Avenue and transfer to a New Lots Avenue-bound train. This change is also due to track replacement. For the 6 train in the Bronx, Pelham Bay Park-bound trains will skip Whitlock Avenue, Elder Avenue, Morrison Avenue Soundview, and St. Lawrence Avenue from 9:45 a.m. to 3:30 p.m., Tuesday to Thursday, July 29th to July 31st. For service to these stations, take the 6 to Parkchester and transfer to a Manhattan-bound train. For service from these stations, take the 6 to Hunts Point Avenue and transfer to a Pelham Bay Park-bound train. This service change is due to station improvements. In Manhattan, downtown 6 trains run express from Grand Central 42nd Street to Brooklyn Bridge City Hall from 9:45 p.m. to 5 a.m., Monday to Friday, July 28th to August 1st. Trains will stop at 14th Street, Union Square. For service to 33rd Street, 28th Street, 23rd Street, Astor Place, Bleecker Street, Spring Street, and Canal Street, take the 6 to 14th Street, Union Square, or Brooklyn Bridge City Hall, and transfer to an Uptown 6 local or 4. For service from these stations, take the 4 or 6 to Grand Central 42nd Street or 14th Street, Union Square, and transfer to a Downtown 6. For service from Canal Street, take the 6 to Chambers Street, Brooklyn Bridge City Hall, and transfer to the 6. This service change is due to track replacement. This change affects one or more ADA accessible stations, and travel alternatives may not be fully accessible. Please contact 511 to plan your trip. For the 7 train in Queens, Manhattan-bound trains skip 69th Street and 52nd Street. All trains at 61st Street Woodside board from the Flushing-bound platform. This service change is in effect through the first quarter of 2026. Use nearby stations at 74th Street Broadway, 61st Street Woodside, or 46th Street Bliss Street. For service to 69th Street, take the 7 to 61st Street Woodside and transfer to a Flushing-bound train. For service to 52nd Street, take the 7 to 46th Street Bliss Street and transfer to a Flushing-bound train. For service from these stations, take the 7 to 61st Street Woodside or 74th Street Broadway and transfer to a Manhattan-bound train. Note: temporary platforms are available at 46th Street, Bliss Street, 40th Street, Lowry Street, and 33rd Street, Rawson Street. This service change is due to structural improvements. Also in Queens, Flushing-bound 7 trains skip 103rd Street, Corona Plaza through the first quarter of 2026. Use nearby stations at Junction Boulevard or 111th Street. For service to 103rd Street, take the 7 to 111th Street and transfer to a Manhattan-bound train. For service from 103rd Street, take the 7 to Junction Boulevard and transfer to a Flushing-bound train. This service change is due to station improvements. Additionally, Manhattan-bound 7 express trains skip 74th Street Broadway through the first quarter of 2026. Manhattan-bound 7 local trains continue to stop at this station. For service to 74th Street Broadway and the Jackson Heights Roosevelt Avenue transfer, use a Manhattan-bound 7 local instead. Alternatively, take the 7 to 61st Street Woodside and transfer to a Flushing-bound train. This service change is due to structural improvements.
Before we move on to the lettered lines, don't forget to subscribe, like the video, and hit the bell so you never miss another MTA update.
For the A train in Manhattan, downtown local service will skip 50th Street, 23rd Street, and Spring Street from 11:45 p.m. on Monday, July 28th to 5 a.m. on Friday, August 1st. For service to these stations, take the A to 42nd Street Port Authority, 14th Street, or Canal Street, and transfer to an Uptown A or C. For service from these stations, take an Uptown A or C to West 4th Street, Washington Square, or 34th Street, Penn Station, or take an Uptown D to 59th Street, Columbus Circle, and transfer to a Downtown A. Please note, Downtown A trains also skip these stations during the day and evening. This service change is due to track maintenance. In Manhattan, Uptown A local trains will skip 72nd Street, 81st Street, 86th Street, 96th Street, 103rd Street, 110th Street, and 116th Street from 11:45 p.m. on Monday, July 28th to 5 a.m. on Friday, August 1st. For service to these stations, take the A to 125th Street and transfer to a Downtown A local. For service from these stations, take the A to 59th Street, Columbus Circle, and transfer to an Uptown A local. Travel tip: you may also use nearby B and C stations. Transfers are available at 59th Street, Columbus Circle, and 168th Street. This service change is due to track maintenance. For the D train, in Brooklyn, Coney Island-bound local trains skip DeKalb Avenue, Union Street, 4th Avenue, 9th Street, Prospect Avenue, and 25th Street from July 28th to August 15th, Monday to Friday, 11:15 p.m. to 5 a.m. Trains stop at Atlantic Avenue, Barclays Center. For DeKalb Avenue, take a local Manhattan-bound train and transfer at Atlantic Avenue, Barclays Center. For service to Union Street, 4th Avenue, 9th Street, Prospect Avenue, and 25th Street, take the train to 36th Street and transfer to a local Manhattan-bound train. For service from these stations, take a train to Atlantic Avenue, Barclays Center, and transfer to a Coney Island-bound train. This work is for track replacement. In Upper Manhattan, downtown D trains stop at 135th Street from July 28th to August 1st, Monday to Friday, 11:45 p.m. to 5 a.m. This work is for track maintenance. For the E train, in Manhattan, downtown trains skip 23rd Street and Spring Street from July 28th to August 1st, Monday to Friday, 11:45 p.m. to 5 a.m. For service to these stations, take the train to 14th Street or Canal Street and transfer to an Uptown local train. For the F train, in Brooklyn, Manhattan-bound trains skip Avenue P, Avenue N, Bay Parkway, and Avenue I from July 29th to August 1st and August 5th to 8th, Tuesday to Friday, from 9:45 a.m. to 3 p.m. At 18th Avenue, all trains board from the Coney Island-bound platform. For service to these stations, take the train to 18th Avenue and transfer to a Coney Island-bound train. For service from these stations, take the train to Kings Highway and transfer to a Manhattan-bound train. This work is for track replacement. For the J train in Brooklyn, Jamaica Center-bound trains at Broadway Junction board from the express track from July 29th to August 1st, Tuesday to Friday, from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Please listen carefully to announcements and check the destination displayed on the train before boarding. This work is for track replacement. For the L train in Manhattan, all trains at 3rd Avenue and 1st Avenue board from the 8th Avenue bound platform every Tuesday and Thursday from 1:30 a.m. to 5 a.m. Note that some nights this boarding change will be suspended or begin later because of other work along the line. This work is for track maintenance. For the N train in Manhattan and Brooklyn, Coney Island-bound local trains run express via the Manhattan Bridge from Canal Street to 36th Street and skip to Kalb Avenue from July 28th to August 1st, and again from August 4th to 8th, Monday to Friday, from 11:15 a.m. to 5 a.m. For service to City Hall, Cortlandt Street, Rector Street, Whitehall Street South Ferry, Court Street, and J Street Metrotech, take an Astoria-bound N train or a Coney Island-bound Q train instead. For DeKalb Avenue, take the R train or a local Manhattan-bound N or Q train. For 25th Street, Prospect Avenue, 4th Avenue 9th Street, and Union Street, take a Manhattan-bound D or R train. Recommended transfer stations include 14th Street Union Square, Atlantic Avenue Barclay Center, and 36th Street. Please note, at Canal Street, Coney Island-bound N trains stop at the platform. However, there is no in-system transfer to or from the downtown platform at Canal Street due to staircase replacement. Also, during this time, Coney Island-bound Q trains run via the N from Canal Street to DeKalb Avenue. This work is for track replacement. For the Q train in Manhattan and Brooklyn, Coney Island-bound trains run via the N from Canal Street to DeKalb Avenue, Monday to Friday, from 11:15 p.m. to 5 a.m. until August 8th. Trains stop at City Hall, Cortlandt Street, Rector Street, Whitehall Street South Ferry, Court Street, and J Street Metrotech during this time. Please note, at Canal Street, downtown Q trains stop at the N platform. There is no in-system transfer to or from the downtown Q platform at Canal Street due to staircase replacement. Coney Island-bound Q trains follow the same reroute as the N, skipping DeKalb Avenue and bypassing the local R stops at 25th Street, Prospect Avenue, 4th Avenue 9th Street, and Union Street. For DeKalb Avenue, take the R train or a local Manhattan-bound N or Q train and transfer at Atlantic Avenue Barclays Center. For 25th Street, Prospect Avenue, 4th Avenue 9th Street, and Union Street, take a Manhattan-bound D or R train to 36th Street and transfer to a Coney Island-bound Q train. Recommended transfer points include 14th Street Union Square, Atlantic Avenue Barclays Center, and 36th Street. This work is for track replacement. For the R train, there is no late-night service between Whitehall Street, South Ferry, and 59th Street in Brooklyn from July 28th to August 1st, Monday to Friday, from 11:30 p.m. to 5 a.m. R trains operate in Brooklyn between Bay Ridge 95th Street and 59th Street, the last stop. For service to Whitehall Street South Ferry, Court Street, and J Street Metrotech, take an Astoria-bound N train or a Coney Island-bound Q train instead. For DeKalb Avenue, take the R train or a local Manhattan-bound N or Q train. For Atlantic Avenue Barclays Center and 36th Street, take the D or N train. For 25th Street, Prospect Avenue, 4th Avenue 9th Street, and Union Street, take a Manhattan-bound D or R train. For 45th Street and 53rd Street, take the D train. Recommended transfer points include 59th Street, 36th Street, and Atlantic Avenue Barclay Center. Please note, all trains board from the Bay Ridge-bound platform at 77th Street, Bay Ridge Avenue, and 59th Street. For the Staten Island Railway, Trains run every 45 minutes between St. George and Tottenville from 11 p.m. on Thursday, July 31st to 4 a.m. on Friday, August 1st. Tottenville-bound trains depart St. George at 11:06 p.m., 11:51 p.m., 12:36 a.m., 1:21 a.m., 2:06 a.m., 2:51 a.m., and 3:36 a.m. St. George-bound trains depart Tottenville at 12:21 a.m., 1:06 a.m., 1:51 a.m., 2:36 a.m., 3:21 a.m., 4:01 a.m., and 4:31 a.m. This service change is due to scheduled maintenance. From 10 p.m. on Wednesday, July 30th to 4 a.m. on Thursday, July 31st, all trains from Old Town to Jefferson Avenue, including Dongan Hills, will board from the St. George-bound platform. This boarding change is due to scheduled maintenance. From 9:45 a.m. to 3 p.m., Wednesday to Friday, July 30th to August 1st, all trains from Eltingville to Huguenot, including Eltingville, Annandale, and Huguenot stations, will board from the St. George-bound platform. This change is also due to scheduled maintenance.
That's all for today's update. I'm Michael Morales, and this is Next Stop News, your go-to source for everything MTA. If you found this helpful, subscribe, give it a like, and hit the bell so you're always up to date on what's happening across the subway system. Thanks for watching, and until next time, stay safe and ride smart.
But every storm that rages eventually calms down. I'm searching for the light.